Hello friends, welcome back to She's in Her Apron. Today I'm doing a Q&A. Okay, you guys really seem to like these and that I answer your questions, and I love doing these. And I am at Bear Lake right now with my family. Well, it doesn't look like Bear Lake. I'm actually at the Tudors, but in real time I am, when you watch this, I am in Bear Lake with the family, and so I wanted to do a Q&A video for you guys today. Okay, this is from Chapis78. She's new to the channel. Hello. And just wondering, how do you manage to have a clean house and get everything ready when your kids were little? Oh boy. Okay, well, it was a little different for me because I had Callie. Callie was an only child until she was 4 years old, and then Jonah came, and I had Boston, who's my third. He didn't come into the picture until Jonah was 3.5. So I never had like crazy ages where they were so close and things were so busy. I could tell you what works is routines. Routines. Have a morning routine and have a night routine. I didn't have like a set structured routine like I do now, but I did have routines, but I didn't realize what they were. Like, you know, because I use the Fly Lady system, so she definitely talks about a morning and a night routine. But I noticed that I had routines with the kids, so their naps and their feeding times were all structured, and I knew when to clean. Like, I knew the windows of opportunities of when I needed to clean the bathrooms or clean the kitchen or wash the floor. I washed the floor a lot when they were in their high chairs. So if you're feeding them and they're just kind of playing there or whatever, sweep and hurry and like mop your floor really quick, because they were off the ground, they weren't gonna come in. So I did a lot of things when they were in their high chair or when they were sleeping. So I had set days that I would clean the bathrooms and everything. But have a morning routine and a night routine. I'll leave a video link down below for you about how to create one and what I do for mine. But it was all the time before naps and before bed, they would have to pick up their toys. So we just had one big toy box in our living room, and it was just throw everything in there. And then we got a toy room. I think we had a little toy room with yes, we did. We had a little toy room with Callie. That's right. We used to have a toy box, and then we changed one room into a toy room. So it was always before naps and before bed. It was pick up time, pick up your toys. So I just kind of saw the windows of opportunity and got a lot of things done when they were in their high chair and napping. Okay, I don't know if I answered this question because I usually delete it after I edit the video, but I'm not sure if I answered this question or not, but I'm going to answer it again. This is from Angelique Brown Beauty, and she asks, how do you budget for the money and save money? Okay, so what Derek and I do, it's like we pretty much follow the Dave Ramsey method, and not like perfectly, but that's like the base of how we do things. So every dollar that we make, every dollar that comes into our house has to have a place. It has to have a purpose. So what I did was, when I budget, I go through and we sat down and we're like, okay, what are the things that we have to pay for that's not necessarily monthly? Like, what comes up, you know, during the year that we could set money aside for? So we set money aside for car needs, clothes, doctor's appointments. I'm trying to look at my budget binder in my mind. Christmas, even Halloween has a budget. I have a $100 budget for Halloween. That's costumes, that's candy, anything, because I love Halloween. And I also budget for back to school. And back to school is clothes, school supplies, school fees. What else? Oh, sports. You know, there's certain times of the year that we pay for sports. There's certain times of the year that we pay our life insurance. There's certain times of the year that we pay for the bug control people that come out to our house. Everything like that. Everything that's not necessarily comes out like religiously every month. We kind of look at what we spent on the past years and then look at our year and can change things a little bit. How much do you think we need? I take that whole total. Just take your whole total and then divide it by 12. And that's how much a month you need to put away for your budget. I do things a little differently. Like I have some checking accounts that that money just goes into that we don't touch. Or I will do the cash system that I have in my budget binder. There's envelopes, like big sturdy envelope, like cash, they look like cash bags. I have in there an index card with the budget, and if I take anything out, I deduct it, and I'll put the cash in there as well. And I have, everything is calculated. I have a page spreadsheet for each of those individual little budgets. So that's what I do. So I know every month the exact thing. Like when we get paid, I know that this amount of money is for our budget. So whenever we get paid and I look at everything, I'm like, nope, this huge chunk here has to go to the budget, and I take it and I divvy it to where it needs to go. And then I just look for our monthly on how much we spend monthly. I just look, like we get paid differently. Like we get paid Derek gets paid every 2 weeks. So I know from his first month paycheck and his second month paycheck exactly what needs to be paid from both of them. The first paycheck of the month pays for the things at the end of the month, and the end of the month check of Derek's pays for the things, the bills that are coming up the first of the next month. Does that make sense? So and I just made a spreadsheet of exactly what needs to be paid, and I mark it every month. I print out a new sheet and I mark it every month. That's how we budget. My money that I get from anything from Norwex or YouTube, or when I work with brands, sponsored videos, all of that money gets put into college savings, vacations, all of that. It's kind of like the filler for our needs right now. That's what I do with it. So I just take that and see where it needs to go and put it away. And that's how we budget. Like every dollar needs a purpose, and that's something that we have learned from Dave Ramsey. Every dollar needs to go somewhere. So that's what we do. Oh, when we pay tithing, that comes out of everything that we earn. We pay 10% to tithing. So that's how we budget. Okay, this goes along with the budget question. This is from See Me Han 913. She asks, I know you've talked about it a bit before, but how do you manage to be a stay-at-home mom and not stress over budget and make ends meet? You know, it's still, even though I pull in an income and Derek pulls in a really good income, it's still stressful. We still, try to make ends meet. We're a family of 6, and I have a child going off to college soon, and I have one child whose sports takes up a lot of money, and I have kids that have special needs in some areas, and they need tutoring, and they need this. It is stressful, and don't doubt that no one is stressed, even if they have money, because everyone kind of manages their money differently, and it's stressful. How do you manage to be a stay-at-home mom? It's stressful to be a stay-at-home mom. I'm lucky and blessed that I have YouTube right now that it has pulled in income, but Derek's doing great, but it's nice having that backup. It is stressful no matter what, but I have learned that I can't live in fear, okay? I give everything to the Lord and say, okay, this is what we're trying to do. This is what we want to do for our family. We pay our tithing, and we just live by faith. So just the biggest thing is budget. Look up different budgeting ideas and techniques. But budget. There was many years in the beginning that Derek and I didn't have a budget. We didn't have a clue what we were doing, and it was stressful because we were like, oh crap, I forgot about this bill, and oh no, we gotta pay this. How are we gonna do this and this and that? But ever since years ago, we put a budget into place. We could see where every dollar is going, and then we could see how to manage me being a stay-at-home mom. And there's months that things go great, and then there's months where the unexpected happens and it's stressful. That's why I love how Dave Ramsey says you need $1,000 emergency fund. And so when something comes up like a medical emergency, or who knows, something breaks down, you have the money to cover it. So just budget, and don't buy out of your means or needs. It's so easy. I do it a lot where I'm like in the store and I see something and I'm like, oh, I really want that. But meal plan and make meals ahead of time, like freezer meals and things, so that you're always prepared and so you don't have to run out. The biggest thing that you'll notice is that you will spend more money on fast food for sure. That will break any budget. All those little like dimes and nickels that you spend out, like getting a coffee or soda, a little meal, adds up big time, and that can make or break your budget. And I have noticed that over the years, that will make or break it. But yeah, I hope that helped. Deb Inspired Life. I know you haven't experienced this yet since Callie is a senior this year, but I am feeling extremely anxious in dealing with my only child going away to college in August. Oh my goodness. Any suggestions on how to deal with the transition? Well, you know, I am horrible at this because I have major anxiety about Callie being a senior in high school this year, and she's planning and already saving for her mission, like, and where she wants to go to school. Like, she has her whole next 5 years planned out, and I'm so happy for her, but I am so sad. So Derek has talked to me about this because I will get major anxiety about this because she's my baby girl, she's my first child, and I have to I go through all my firsts with her, and I don't want to be like that mom that's like always weeping in front of her, but it's, oh my gosh. So Derek has given me advice of, because he's so excited for her, and I'm excited too, but like he had a good point. He said, be excited for her. He had a good point. He said, be excited for her and all these awesome experiences that she gets to go through, and be a motivating factor for her and someone that she can lean on when she's going through things. And that way, if I approach it more positively and exciting for her, and it's not showing that I'm excited for her to leave and that I'm like kicking her out, but it gives her the confidence to grow up and step out and do these things. I don't want to give her anxiety about leaving and going out into the world. And so I think the only way is hide our dark moments. When they're not around, cry and get it out. But when we're around them, be strong for them, because they're excited to grow up and spread their wings, but they are also nervous and scared at the same time. So I think if we could build their confidence, the transition will be smoother. We moms will just cry in our dark places. Us moms will just cry in the closets and in our bedroom with tissues when they're not around. But I think Derek has a point. We need to be strong when they're in front of us and encourage them and let them know like how proud we are and how excited we are. So that way we could be that safety net when they come calling and need help and things. So I'm like, okay, Derek, I will try to do that. It's hard. I understand, Mama. I feel for you. I feel for you. But that's exciting for them. College. Woo. Oh, goodness. Our babies are growing up. Okay, this is from my friend Kimberly from Style Mom XO. When did you start letting your kids have sleepovers? My kids don't have sleepovers, actually. They do have sleepovers with their cousins. A lot of the time they do that at their Oma's house, but we don't really do sleepovers. It was just a kind of a decision that Derek and I had made years and years ago. It's just something that we don't feel good about. And some that we don't trust our children, but the world is crazy and I don't trust other people. Let's just put it that way. Callie has had a few sleepovers, one with a friend that we have known for 18 years. Callie has been best friends with her since diapers. They were going to be moving to Texas, and we let them have sleepovers just because they were moving away. And so we let that happen, and there was one time Derek and I were out of town, and we let Callie be with a friend, but it doesn't happen. Really, when the kids ask, it's no. Like, they know. Like, don't even ask. We don't do sleepovers. It's just a rule that we decided that was what we were going to do, and we've pretty much stuck to our guns with it. And it doesn't mean they don't try. I mean, Callie still tries, Jonah still tries, but we're just like, no, that's not what we don't do that, you know. Yeah, it's just a personal decision that we have made. So nothing against anybody else that does it. It's just something that we have decided that we're just not going to do. So I did talk about in my last Q&A, I'll link it for you, about how we have the kids do chores, our zones and things, and what age we started that. Well, this is a question from Naptown Angel 06. How do you keep the kids motivated to do it, their chores, incentives, punishments, help? Well, if they don't do their zones, and if they choose not to do them, there's consequences. They have gone a whole summer without electronics before. Last summer, there was hardly any TV, and there was no Xbox. We took it away, we hid it. There's consequences. They will lose out on doing any of their sports activities. They will lose out on friends. We've had to have them not participate in activities with their family, like when they've gone out with their cousins and Oma and Opa, like, nope, sorry, you did not do that. So we have consequences, and hard consequences. Like, Jonah loves his lacrosse. Well, guess what? You're not going to participate if you don't help out. So there is consequences to their actions all the time. And Derek and I stick to the consequences. I think that's why I am partially like exhausted all the time, is when we say something, we follow through. That was something that we have learned a long time ago, that these kids know if you're bluffing or not. They know you very well, and they will test you. So we stick to our guns, and it's exhausting. So if you're gonna put up a consequence, you better follow through with it, because they will own you. I've noticed this. So incentives is, hey, if you guys do this, we'll go to the movies. If you guys do this, they love going to the dollar store. We'll let you pick something up from the dollar store, or we'll let them stay up late. We just find something that interests them, and we give them incentives that way. Well, I ended the video, but it didn't record. So I just want to say thank you so much for joining me today. And again, if you have any questions, I'd love to answer them. Just leave them down below. You guys have a great day, and we will see you soon. Bye.